Okay, so we're rolling the camera, coming back from Walmart, and God is just giving us revelation from the things that He spoke to us that we know. They're making us wear the face mask again because of pandemic of hospitals being flooded again. One of our pastor friends said so. Um, so Erin was saying some really important information, and while she was talking to me about it, I was God spoke to me about what He spoke to me years ago, and I was asking God a question, but she literally answered my question. So God spoke to me and told me I needed to prepare myself, and that you know, that we need to gather food and everything about, for to last for like about a year. But God warned me about some things, and He led me to a website called stevequill.com. And on the website, it has some good information. A few things that God was talking about was like America coming under, the concentration camps and stuff like that. Also, while I was inside of Walmart, I was looking at Woodforest because the name of the bank, Woodforest Bank, and it had the gate shut down on it. So I took that as
like you can't go into the woods.
No, I took that as like like if you don't escape and go into the woods, like you're gonna be in the concentration camps locked away. And that's crazy. So while I was sitting there looking at that, I also saw the sign that said the bank had been I guess going strong for 40 years, I guess. So that's also like a sign to me, you know what I mean? Like, how old am I right now? I'm like 30. So like, I don't know if God is just like, in 40 years I'm gonna give y'all, like, that's really not a lot of time, you know what I'm saying? Like, if 20 years go by and I'm 50 and doing stuff and everything, but it's just the fact that 9/11 too, there's a lot of stuff that plays factor in everything that's going on, because 9/11 is a state of emergency in the spirit, that we need to pray. And we, if you look at stevequill.com, on stevequill.com, there's a guy who got a dream, and in the dream, they were like, they were scared about the presidency, and all of a sudden, they were like, we got a good president, and then they were like, we can finally rest. And then in the dream, God was just like, I don't think so. Y'all don't need to rest just yet. Y'all need to be praying. So that's what I mean by 9/11.
Yeah.
That's what I'm meaning by the 9/11 thing. So God is saying that we're not out of the red. Like, it could go left or right. So you were saying some important stuff, and then after you say what you're going to say, I'm going to say what God told me, what confirmation. So you were talking about, what is it called now with China? Because it's called something to start the tribulation and everything. What were you saying?
Yeah, well, we were talking about how a woman in the group chat, Bree, she sent us a link, or like a news article thing that popped up on her thing, that China was going to do something to the United States involving an EMP, which I have watched, and you guys can go watch. Ken Peters, he had a tribulation dream. Ken Peters, it was like 2 hours long, but I suggest you watch it all, because he talks about the tribulation in depth. And there's also another woman, which I guess we can put in the comments or in the description with the other, but they said the exact same thing. But anyway, the EMP, which knocks out all the electricity, and like our water is works off electricity too, right? Like our running water.
Probably so. Sounds like a big thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what's gonna start off the tribulation, and it's gonna be off for like 2 weeks. Ken Peters said, and that's what's gonna kick it off, because China and Russia are probably gonna invade, and they're gonna get into our system somehow and shut off everything. And everything's computerized and everything, so if you shut off the electricity, then life pretty much stops. So that's why God is telling us to stock up, do whatever we gotta do, and learn how to live off the land too. Probably make yourself a little garden or whatever. Just like try to live sustainable without like government assistance and stuff like that. Just figure something out how to do that.
Yeah. So I just met Aaron this year, but about 4 years ago, almost like 4.5 now, God was speaking to me about the end time, and He spoke to me about America, and America going down under into concentration camps. And stevequill.com, He spoke to me through the website, through the dreams that people were having. And as I was having the experience of reading the dreams, my gut and just everything within my being started getting really, really like a heightened, intense fear of like, oh my gosh, like God was like confirming like that feeling that I can't describe. And God led me also when they start talking about body sleeves. And there's this thing where if you don't like the body that you're in, you can actually pay to be somebody else. You can even pay to have a greater physique, to be black, to be Mexican, and be in shape. If you're a person who has a problem with obesity, or you don't like your hair is thin, or you don't like your nose, your eyes that you were born with, they have these things called body sleeve or whatever, and they also promote this. It was coming out that particular year when God showed it to me on the internet. So he was just leading me, and it's on Netflix too. It's called body sleeves, yeah. And they have these things, and it's like the same thing like the Matrix. So, they've been preparing us for a long time. I mean, this has been years, right, about all this stuff. So it's new to the public, but it's been like, waiting for it to prepare to come out for the right year. So God spoke to me about lights going out, and for years, for about 4 years now, 4.5, I've been asking God, what in the world, how would this happen? Because on stevecole.com, God led me to this guy who had a dream, about the presidency, like, them being excited about Donald Trump. Oh man, we got, another good president, but God was just like, don't rejoice just yet. Keep praying. Your outcome of your prayers is what's gonna be the outcome. So if you just settle, and I'm seeing 9/11 in the spirit everywhere right now. I'm seeing 9/11 everywhere. It's a definition of state of emergency in the spirit, and a call to prayer to break darkness. Because if we don't push that back, then it could come soon. But God is looking for his people to fight. So God told me about, there was another dream on stevecole.com that it was a confirmation, stock your food for a year. That was on there. God spoke to someone through a dream to stock your food for a year. But God also spoke to somebody about the lights going out in Russia, partnering with China to get into the system to know how to cut the lights out. And I started getting scared because I heard God speaking to me clear, and this is what happened. I was just listening to God, looking at the website, and I was getting really overwhelmed. I was like, man, let me just calm down. So what I did was I went home and I drove home that day, and God was still talking to me. And when I came to the light, I was just kind of like, okay, well, God, let me ask you one more question. Like, is this really going to happen? Everything you're showing me. Because I kept seeing the United States flag. And when I got to the light, do you know that the whole block shut off all of the power? Yeah. So the whole...
What?
Yes. All the block of where I was at the light, everything shut off when I was at the light. Like the whole block. I couldn't see nothing. And God, I believe God did that by his power. And cut the lights off. Because everything went out. And it scared me because it went out, and then it went like choo, choo. So with the light where I was and the one down was cut off. And I was just like, okay, God, I'm not going to doubt you anymore. Okay. And then I was just like, this is crazy. But God told me, he had spoke to me audibly while I was awake, and he was just like, they know how to pull the system with the lights. But you were telling me just now, we were driving from Walmart to get the food tomorrow for everybody, that they were talking about it's going to start with the EMP, and I didn't know what that meant, but you said lights going out and all that. And when you just explain the part where when it cut it off and when it comes back on, what's going to happen?
Oh, Ken Peters, if you look at the whole testimony, he talks about how when they get everything back and running again, in like 2 weeks' time or something, what's going to be broadcasted in the airways, like radio, TV, everywhere you look, anywhere you go, like you're going to be hearing about this message about getting the mark of the beast. Basically, they're not going to say it like that, obviously, but they're going to be like, hey, we have food for you over here, we have housing, we have whatever. They're going to be baiting you to get the mark of the beast and accept the beast system, and that's what they're going to do. So that's why I say, learn how to be self-sustainable now. Like, look up homesteading things. You don't have to have a whole homestead, but what I'm saying is, like, grow your own food, learn how to not eat so much, not eat, you don't have to go out to eat every day, you know, just like wean yourself so you can be not so you won't be so what is it, like, you won't be so weak for when that time you don't have everything that you have now, you know, like living in luxury. We're not gonna be living in luxury during that time, so just figure out how to do stuff by yourself.
Yeah, I think we got everything, but when God spoke to me about it, he was just real clear, and like he always leads me somewhere. I was just on the web just typing up dreams and vision websites, and stevequell.com came up, and I started looking at like right now, if we were to just go through the website and look at new dreams, look at whatever they got, you know, there's people who dreamed about, you know, invasion, and how God said always pray for Israel, and that's why you always see me pray for Israel. Like if we find out the keys to the secret, we could push it out as much as we can. And God said he will hold back the end time. If, you know, so we can be prepared. Not that it won't come. We don't have the power for it not to come, but we could probably push it back of like 10 years. That means we still gonna be alive though, but we'll be older.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be old people with canes running into the woods.
Yeah. We were asking to be blessed not to age. Cancel the contract and terminate these things.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Cancel.
Yeah, of aging. Yeah, for real.
Cancel the contract. Lord God, I cancel the contract and terminate the assignment. In my name of Jesus.
Amen.
Oh, hey, this is for real.
Yeah.
And guess what?
But we'll link everything in the description and in the comments or wherever, so you guys can see everything we're talking about. But
are you? Because I'm just gonna press upload.
yeah. I'll take it and like do a comment or something so they know what to look at, like what we're
Oh
talking
yeah. Well, I have that in the video, stevequell.com.
Oh.
But I mean, yeah, we can do it still.
Yeah.
stevequell.com. stevequayle.com.
Okay.
And he's got about 60 or 80 pages of dreams from people. And, you know, he uploads really good ones. And there's survival kits and different things on there.
What? That's cool.
Food to cook for survival. The phones that you don't have to charge with a plug. We're just now beginning. I have a backpack. God told me to get a backpack. I have an army backpack. And I have my recorder. And I just got a feeling like everything that we doing, people maybe, I'm not going to say people laughing at us when feeding the homeless and everything, but how do you know that this is not us in the future? When we will scarcely eat every now and then. And we're hungry, and we sitting here complaining right now because I'm ready to eat a cheeseburger, you know, with some hot fries and everything else.
Girl.
Then top it off to go to gyms, you know, the next day and have my 3 buttermilk home-style pancakes. With my bacon and my eggs, hard eggs. Now you got me falling in love.
Hard eggs?
Yeah.
No. Then these have a yolk.
Yes, so you're saying she got me falling in love with the yolk. With what is it called? Over easy?
Yeah.
Man, stop.
Oh my God.
You guys got us on a fast. Like, oh my gosh, this is the wrong time. It's the wrong time. But no, I've been really feeling the effects of the fast for real. And, you know, she can tell you because, dude, if I never ate, I probably would have went to the hospital by now. I'm not even going to lie.
What?
I was sick the first day. Now for somebody like me, what? I was in the heat.
Yeah, I understand.
No, dude, I didn't have nothing to drink.
We need to take communion for your hormones or what is it, sweat glands or whatever. I don't know.
You know what I
Your
drank?
body temperature doesn't
Milk and heat don't work. I was drinking them shakes. I was equipped. And the only thing that helped me was electrolytes. But that day, I needed food.
Yeah.
My body, I can believe that because it was so soon. I put my body in heat. It couldn't break down from food. Staving away.
Yeah.
Through the heat like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But I mean, I didn't just go, "Ooh, I'm gonna eat." I had to use wisdom. But the second time I did it, it wasn't right. The second time, that wasn't right.
I did that night anyway too. But since then, I haven't eaten. So since the 6th, I guess.
Yeah. But I'm talking about when I went to Whataburger.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real. Everybody can be shameful and lie, whatever. But I'm going to be the first one. But I tell you one thing, I haven't ate since then. So, Yeah, I believe everything that we're doing, everything we're going through, I believe it's a typing of the future, man. And you gotta get on these websites and get out of these clubs and bars and worrying about your friends with benefits. And I know he paying your light bill, I know he doing all these things, but I'm just saying though, can he help you with Christ and your soul and your salvation and your destiny?
And the EMP and everything.
He can't help you with all that, so.
Can he fix your cord?
Oh my God. And I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. What if we live in the woods in tents? Like, for real.
Well, that's why I wanted to get some land and just build a house or something. Build a structure.
Yeah, we on some real stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is
You don't know what
this
we're praying
real.
for real.
Yeah, we do know what we're praying for.
No, I'm talking to them. They don't know.
Oh,
what we're praying
yeah,
for.
we on this fan. This is real. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
Real deal, Holyfield. We are praying that we have, we've been praying that we have food and water and beverages, even though when we can't buy and sell.
Resources and supplies.
Yep. And guess what? We sowing seeds now. Yeah. I even told myself that I wanted to just get a whole bunch of sweats or just do something.
Oh, like those army pants things?
That and just sweats. I just pray that God will put us at the right place.
We need some good boots to be trekking in the woods and everything.
But you know what though, Harriet Tubman, she was running across the land. She had muddy feet and everything. She would take bath for days. Like when she showed up at the place to relieve people from slavery, she was just like, she's like, I reckon you don't know how to take what a bath is. Not having bath for days. If you had been on a journey like mine, like she was being real. She snapped at the person. Like if we watch the movie, you'll see what I'm saying. Like,
man,
she was just like,
watch it. Let's watch it tonight.
You don't know what it's like. Yeah. She was like, you don't know what it's like to go with a bath without a bath for days. You ain't been coming across the land of the plantain and this and that and crossing over waters. Man, she kept it real. She was pretty smelly. So yeah, we're not trying to get off subject. Sorry about that, but I would say enjoy time. I'm not about to be religious. Hey, Lord God, I'm going to enjoy my pancakes and everything before we go on this journey.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it in moderation, but I'm going to do what I got to do. And, we're down here. Everybody, like I said, like I be saying in my videos, everybody can murmur, complain, talk about you. They're not getting no strategy, no plan together. They're going to be the main one in the concentration camp somewhere doing something. And,
don't do that.
Well, don't do it.
Don't take no mark of the beast or whatever. I don't care if you got to starve to death or anything. Just don't do it.
God came to me and was just like, you better not.
If he came to you or said that, dang.
Then he didn't think about somebody else.
Woo.
He said, those who have the mark are not mine. And when he came into the room, he gave me his feeling of,
you better not.
You better not.
Oh my God.
Like the moment you do, you are not mine. I don't care how many prophecies you done said, whatever. You are exempt from my kingdom. You ain't mine. And he, that's one thing you gotta know about God. Boy, cutthroat. When you step to the wrong side, and people go, God is hateful, I hate God. Well, you depending your whole life for him to do everything for you. You in all this dominion, but you want to work your jelly like you work your jelly for everything else, for your light bill, whatever you do to get it paid. You better get it right. I'm telling you. And tell them, how long has it been since you've been out here? 3 weeks?
Since what? The 21st, maybe it's been a month. The 21st of last month, of May. So it's been exactly a month. It's June 21st.
And how much God has done since you've been out here?
I'm saying he's answering prayers with the quickness.
Everything that we've asked for has happened.
Yeah.
The first few days, we was already like meeting and running into people and just doing everything and getting everything together and gathering stuff and just everything. But there is a threat now about we have to go back indoors and the mask and stuff got to be again because the cases are rising with COVID.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to get ours. Cancel the contract.
Cancel the contract, term inside. We are coming against the spirit of COVID, but I don't know if God says wait a little longer, whatever happens, I guess we're going to be inside praying.
Yeah. Dang, that sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, this is serious. Like I said, videos aren't all about grandiose messages. What are you doing out there? Thank you guys for the ones who are sticking with me. This is a real channel. This is survivalist. You know, we talk about this all in the group chat. You know, we get on the group chat not to be in each other's face all the time, but we get on here to pray. We got prayer lines. We do, you know, stave away. We're not religious. We go off and do our own thing, but we come back and we talk about what we need to do.
Yeah, well, I think you need to stress to them, don't stress right now. Well, like, still get your stuff done, but enjoy life still as you have your freedom too. Like, don't just, you know, lose your
Go,
joy.
yeah. And I mean, I'm gonna eat all my biscuits and white gravy, and
Is that the only thing we have to look forward to is food?
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
When God made food, He made it good. So,
Yeah, that's for real.
Man, what you talking about? We talking about vegetable soup. Everything,
No
chicken
broth,
and dumplings, everything, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I look forward to going to the movies with my butter popcorn. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Man, what you saying?
I'm gonna make some biscuits when I get to you.
Man, bacon. Don't forget the bacon.
I don't even like bacon that much.
I love bacon.
I like sausage.
Man, I like sausage and bacon and toast and eggs
and
grits and oatmeal and pancakes.
And
Man, coffee and orange juice at the same time. What are you saying?
We need to stop.
What are you saying? Well, we got to write down one more thing on our fast. We need to write down that God will give us a good plan when we get off. I'm just keeping it real. You know, the best thing you can do is keep it real.
Yeah.
You know, people out here faking and shaking, hiding stuff, secretive. You better keep it real. You know. So anyway, we out of here, man. We're about to go inside. I know Liz was saying, you know, about prayer. So yeah, we gotta go fulfill our other duties. We got other duties. Oh, the last thing, last but not least, if you guys have any clothes, bras, we want to donate $5. Anything that you want to do, please donate to us and ask us, get in contact with us when it comes to street ministry. We go off of funding, so it goes straight to the people, and you can see that on the videos. So anything else want to say? I guess that's it. All right. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.